Hello there. Welcome to English Secrets. My name is Obu Eme. Today, we're learning all about nouns. Now, nouns are one of the parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech in English. You have been taught that a noun is a naming word. A noun refers to the name of a person, a place, an animal, a thing, feeling, or idea. And here are some examples. For person, you have Amaka, teacher, boy, girl. For place, you have Amsterdam, house, school. For animal, you have cheetah, Pluto, bird. And for thing, you have stone, paper, gum. For feeling, an idea, you have faith, confidence, and love. These are some examples of nouns. But things can become really tricky when you're told to identify nouns in sentences. Now, let's consider the following sentences. His truancy led to his detainment. Can you identify the noun in that sentence? Well, could be really tricky. And that's why I have created these strategies to help you to identify the nouns in sentences. I like to use articles, the English articles, to help me identify my nouns. There are 3 English articles in English. We have a, an, and the. Let's repeat. A, an, the. If you use the articles, you'll be able to find your nouns when you're given sentences by your teacher. I also like to use noun suffixes. They help me to identify my nouns. A suffix is a letter or a group of letters that is added at the end of a word. There are common noun suffixes which can guide you in identifying your nouns. And here are some of them. You have EENC, ENS, ANS, airy, dumb, ship, ET, meant, age, nest, shun, the shun spelled with a T-I-O-N, and then ism. Let's go back to the sentences. Let's see if we can identify the nouns. When I use the articles to identify nouns, I like to place the article beside the word that I want to identify. That helps me to test the word to understand if it's a noun or not. Testing the word means if I place the article beside a word and I read it and it is sensible, then I know it's a noun. Or if it gives me the idea of a thing, then I know that it's a noun. But before we begin to identify the nouns, I'd like you to know that usually nouns are followed by articles. Nouns are also followed by pronouns. Again, nouns are often followed by articles. Nouns are also followed by pronouns. So looking at this sentence, his truancy led to his detainment. Can you identify the nouns? Now in this sentence, the first word is his. What part of speech is his? His is a pronoun. And after his, what comes next? Truancy. His truancy. That's something that belongs to him. His truancy. Therefore, that's a noun. Easy, right? Yes, it is. His truancy. Remember I said a noun is often followed by a pronoun. So when a pronoun comes before a word, it's likely that that word is a noun. You can also go ahead and test that word with your article. Can we say a truancy, the truancy? Yes, that's sensible. So truancy is a noun. Now let's move on. Are there other nouns in this sentence? Can we say a lead? No, that's not sensible. A two, that's not sensible either. Can we say a his? No, now, but there is another his. And after that his, the word is detainment. And detainment ends with M-E-N-T. That shows us that it's a noun because M-E-N-T is a noun suffix. How cool was that? So we underline detainment. Good job. Now let's move to the second sentence. How many students are in the class? How many students are in the class? Before we go ahead to identify the nouns, remember I told you that nouns are often followed by articles. So looking at that sentence, can you identify the noun or nouns? Because sometimes a sentence can have more than one noun. So let's go ahead and identify the nouns in the sentence. How many students are in the class? Let's use our articles to test the words. A how? Not sensible. A many? That's not an idea of a thing. It's not a name. A student. A student. Yes, that's a noun. So we underline students. That's a noun. See how easy it is when you use articles to test the words in a sentence. So a student or the students. Let's move on. An R, we use an for words that begin with a vowel. An R, that's not a name. It's not sensible. An in, it's not a name. It doesn't give us the idea of a name. The is an article. So once we find an article, we don't bother testing it because the article is the word we use to test. However, guys, class comes after the. The is an article. So the class, that's a name. Class is a noun. Good job. Let's move on to number 3. For her bravery, Sam won 2 pieces of luggage. For her bravery, Sam won 2 pieces of luggage. Can you find the nouns using the articles or by using the noun suffixes? Can we say a for? No, it's not a name. A her? No, that's not a name. A bravery? It sounds like a name. But then let's look at the ending. It has an ERY. And we have noted that ERY endings are noun suffixes. Therefore, bravery is a noun. So we underline bravery. And we move on. We have Sam. Obviously, Sam is a noun because that's someone's name. So we go ahead and underline that. Then we have one. A one, that's not a name. A two, that's not a name either. A piece or the pieces. The pieces, pieces, broken pieces. The pieces of something. Now that's a noun. Pieces is a noun because that gives us a name. Imagine broken pieces of glasses. The pieces. Can we say the of? The of? No, that's not sensible. Can we say the luggage or a luggage? Yes, a luggage is correct. It's sensible too. So it gives us the idea of a name, a luggage, the luggage. That's a noun. We underline it. How cool was that, guys? I'm happy that you've got the hang of it. I'll leave you to do the remaining 2 sentences. Identify the nouns and leave your answers in the comment section below. Remember, here on my channel, it's all about busting English secrets. Until next time, bye.